Welcome if you are new here, but if not, you already know it's Samia and Maya back with another video. Here's just an array of really girly things, shopping and jewelry and flowers and roses and Victoria's Secret. And as much as we enjoy these typical girly things, this is very relevant to the video. So go ahead, already give it a thumbs up because you know it's gonna be good. And if you don't know us, just know it's gonna be a really great video.
Like literally, it's giving white. It's giving. Sharing with you guys things that we did to become more feminine. 2021 was a very hard year for me. I was very much so in my masculine. It took a lot of inner work, accountability, crying, confusion, but I can confidently say that I definitely feel more feminine, whereas then I was like very unsure of myself, angry all the time.
Contrary to popular belief, there is a differentiation between masculine and feminine energy, and it's okay and it's beautiful to recognize those differences. And as women, we are naturally in our feminine energy by our nature. So if you feel more in your masculine energy, that's a response to something that's not natural.
That literally goes against what we naturally are. I hope we explained that really well for you guys, but we're not telling you guys to follow these tips, but I feel like sharing our own experiences will most likely help someone, even if it just helps one person. So.
What's up, guys? Opposites attract. If you're in your masculine, naturally men don't look for confrontation with females. We bow down on that a lot. So if you're in your masculine, subconsciously, without your man even knowing it, it's actually driving him into his feminine. It could actually make him weaker. He'll start to do whiny, bitchy stuff. And that's usually when a woman loses interest. That's all I got to add in there.
You guys heard from the first account my boyfriend was giving.
Wearing and investing in real perfume. And by real, I mean it's gonna cost a little coin. Saint Laurent, Dior.
At our big age of 26, I'm not buying Japanese cherry blossom.
Right.
Like, I think I have that as my car air freshener.
Yeah.
That's me. When you as a woman have that signature scent, it's something so sexy about that.
Or even recognizing other scents on women. I was like, are you wearing Marc Jacobs? You know, it's
like, for sure.
Knowing your perfume. There's
Dior.
something
Are you wearing Dior?
Yeah.
Something about buying a high-end perfume makes me feel so feminine.
And knowing when to wear those perfumes. So you want to get your everyday scent, your date night scent.
You don't need all those scents, but like for us, having a signature scent as a woman is like, stop focusing on things that you're bad at. Focus on things that you're already good at. Dive deeper into skills that you already do very well instead of being like, I'm not good at this, how can I improve? And this is gonna give you confidence. For me, I feel like I'm very good at doing my makeup. I'm very good at cooking. Honestly, I'm not really an extrovert.
Being social.
And instead of focusing on, did I say the wrong things? Was I in awkward silence? Overthinking about the things that I'm not good at. I know that I might not talk to anybody at this family function, but when everybody keeps asking, who made the stuffed bell peppers? Who did the brownies? Who did the me? That's something that I am good at, that I poured into, that really affected this event. Whereas I'm thinking, did I say the right thing? I feel weird when people start talking to me.
More pride in the things you're good at rather than anxiety about the things that you can be better at.
Yeah.
Do your hair no matter where you go. Before, when I would just be going to the gym, I'd be like, whatever. Or if I was just going babysit, sometimes I would say whatever. But now, if I'm doing a claw clip moment, if I'm doing a puff, the edges are done, I have little pieces down. If I'm putting a wig on, if I'm not laying the hair, a headband goes on. Always is really presentable.
You never know who you're gonna meet.
Right, that's the thing. It could be somebody like giving me my dream job, okay?
Yeah.
When you look good, you feel good. So I always want to feel good. So
and you always want to
look good.
Put your best self forward.
Right. I feel like the girls watching this understand, but the bonnets, y'all, we can't do the bonnets in public.
Yeah.
We can't. If you're on the plane already and you're trying to sleep, I can get it.
When I was in college, I would tell my friends, take that bonnet off, girl. If you're my girlfriend, I'm going to be honest with you. And that bonnet, what the rest of the friend group is dressed up, looks very tacky. Take pride in your hygiene routines, your skincare, your body care. Do things for yourself like facials, pedicures, massages, your fitness. Everything that makes you look like, Kevin Samuels says, a grown, daggone woman. If you can't do once a month, once every 3 months. When I do those little things of self-care, it's so rewarding. That maintenance that we do as women will radiate on the outside of us. She always looks so good. She always smells so good. Her skin is always glowing. It's not really so much about what other people think, but don't feel like you shouldn't take time out for yourself. You must take care of yourself as a woman. We don't have kids, but even if you have kids, a stressful job, or you don't have enough money to set aside to maybe get a massage, book girl, go get a $30 pedicure. You owe it to yourself to sit back and be taken care of. And it's gonna make you feel so feminine after taking care of others, you being taken care of, because that's how I feel.
For me, it was practicing cooking, and now it feels so good that I have my signature recipes that never disappoint.
Yeah.
And it's also something really feminine about cooking for my man. Also being on my fitness journey, food is super, super important. Super important to me. Super important to me. Being in the kitchen, knowing what's in my food, how every single process goes, rather than just always going out to eat.
You mentioned knowing what goes in your food. When I was putting together my vegetable card, it's like taking that extra step to care about what I put in our food. And I don't care what nobody said. Being in the kitchen, it's giving wife. Like, and then him like thoroughly enjoying it, asking for seconds. It's giving fucking wife. It's giving. I know you have something there about cousin. It's giving wife.
Real quick, unpopular opinion. A lot of people say, you know, I want to find a husband, but like I'm not trying to be a wife to a man who's not my husband. But didn't the Bible say when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing? I feel like we have to be wives first. Not in everything. In many ways. Like you can't find a man and say he's a husband already if you yourself are not practicing things that a wife would do.
That embodies a wife. Exactly. And the girlies are gonna probably not like me for this, but the modern women and their I don't cook, I don't clean, I got this ring, I suck dick. Real men want a woman who can cook and clean. Any can suck a dick.
We're not saying like he should be finding a woman who is a second mother.
This one was really hard for me. I struggled understanding the meaning of submissive. I feel like a lot of us, when we hear submissive, we think a slave. We think that men want a doormat. When I truly got over my ego, I understood that I was in my masculine, so much so that I was pushing my boyfriend away. I realized me being in my masculine was ruining the relationship. Being submissive means being nurturing to your man, bringing life into your man, being accountable, reasonable, teachable, and understanding. And I did get this from a YouTube short, and I love the way the guy said this.
So what's a feminine woman? What's your definition?
A woman that basks in her femininity. She knows how to be submissive to a man. She knows how to speak life into a man. She knows how to nurture. She knows how to take care of a home and take care of kids. She knows how to be accountable. She knows how to be reasonable. She knows how to be understanding when she's dealing with a man, and knows which battles to choose when she's dealing with them.
You have got to get rid of your ego. And I'm saying this because I had to get rid of my ego. You think I know it all. I got it all together. I have my own coin. I have my own place. I don't need you. By nature, men provide and protect. So if you, as a woman, you're like, I don't need a man, the men that you attract are gonna be men that are not needed.
They're gonna be men who are users.
Yeah. Learning to be coachable, teachable, and apologizing. It takes a lot of maturing.
And submission is not slave. Interchangeable with slave.
Yeah. A lot of us in the Black community have got to get rid of submission being a bad word. Like watching a man be truly in control and leading and in his masculine and protecting, so sexy. And you have to allow him to do that.
I had to limit my profanity, especially in public. Growing up, Maya and I never cursed. Our parents didn't curse, so in our household it wasn't common. I didn't start cursing till literally after I graduated college. Yeah. Kind of an easy bad habit. I really had to learn to like be cautious of how I speak around who I'm around. Right. Working with children have definitely helped me to control the language. I now go on to my students about profanity. All of them, but especially the girls, because it's not a pretty thing when out of a pretty face is some nasty profanity in every other syllable.
Our dad and my boyfriend's dad said that people who use cursing in every other word, every other sentence, it just makes them sound ignorant.
Yes, their vocabulary is too small and they have to use filler words. Obviously, you can use profanity, but just be cautious like the environments you use it around. Your cousins, your friends,
your family,
like,
you know, but like,
watch their mouth.
Yeah.
Watch that mouth.
For me, this one was super hard. We come from a household when our mom was very dominant and she did a lot of yelling.
She's grown.
Yeah, she's grown now, but then trauma, y'all. Mom, we love you. That passed on to me, unfortunately, and I really had to work on raising my voice, having the last word, being argumentative and confrontational, learning to be calm, to respond kindly, listen for sure. It's very hard, y'all. It's not easy. It's not easy being like, hey, women aren't supposed to be the loudest and get the last word and be aggressive. That's not right. So I was so stuck in that way, and I'm like, no, this is how I did. This is just me. Learning, you're gonna have to become a new person if you want to be with me as a masculine man was tough. Now, whenever I can feel a weird tension coming up or a potential argument, I always remove myself. Or I say, let's not talk about this anymore. And it's like such growth from how I used to easily yell. My really bad trait in argument, you guys, was going below the belt. I can actually admit that now. It's a very immature thing to go below the belt and bring up horrible things that people have been through in order to prove that that's not even close to what you're even arguing about, but you're like, okay, I'm gonna hurt your feelings because I'm sick of arguing with you. I feel like I'm going on a tangent, but very masculine. All that's very masculine. You like less growth.
This one I didn't necessarily struggle with, but I noticed a lot of women today struggle with this, and it's like, baby, you are unconsciously manifesting these type of men that you're talking about. So it's getting poor, insulting language about men out of your vocabulary. The niggas ain't shit and men are trash.
I hate all men.
You are attracting trash, ain't shit men to you, and the great guys, that's repellent. That's great guy repellent. They're like, okay, she's not even gonna give a brother a time of day. I don't want nothing to do with that. You don't even realize how powerful what you're saying is.
I used to get the crazy lash lengths. I'll insert pictures. I used to get this crazy long nails. I'll insert pictures. I used to wear really bright wigs, really giant wigs.
Texas wig.
Yes, Kentucky Derby wigs, y'all. Divine feminine is equal to mature womanhood. And mature women, for me, do not have 25 mm bat wing, dart wing duck. It's like, they don't have the long crab claws. Carrots.
She's got some like crab legs or something going on.
Carrots. Okay. Carrots. The eagle talons gotta go. This is how I am. Dip on the natural nail. I can tell a woman's age mentally by the length of her lashes, the length of her nails. That's fine. That's not radiating. That's not radiating feminine energy to attract a masculine dominant man. I've been there, done that. When I look back at myself, I'm like childish. And Shira said this, so when Shira said it, she right.
With some other trends, them lamb chop lashes, them long ratchet nails. You may be having everything working for you. You may be leveled up to a point, but they automatically put you in a category of ratchet in the back of their mind.
Accepting compliments and accepting men paying. When a woman that you see gives you a compliment, oh my god, you look so beautiful. I said, stop. Like, no, stop it. Thank you.
Embrace
and maybe compliment her too. That's something really confident about someone who can take a compliment as well as give a compliment. That lets people know she's
super confident.
She knows. Like,
reiterating.
Yeah, I'm just reiterating the thought.
Something she already knows.
The next one, accept men paying. Sometimes you can say, I got us this time, babe. But if he's pulling out that card 90% of the time, let him pull that card out. Let him pull the card out.
It goes back to naturally he's providing and protecting. Let him be in his masculine. The Lord biologically designed him to be that way. And God don't make mistakes.
You know, I can just sit your pretty ass back.
Right. Look pretty, girl, with your lip gloss and your phone and your purse, please.
Let him pay.
Yeah, as a woman, you can show your appreciation to your man outside of paying. If he's always willing to pay, you find another way to show him you appreciate.
As women, we naturally receive. So.
Yeah.
Receive. Limit complaining and gossiping. There's so much beauty in talking about something other than other people. Intellectual conversation. You can literally talk for hours. They talk about their own life goals and just encouraging you, and you walk away from these conversations not feeling drained. You feel enlightened, inspired. You learn something. If you struggle with complaining, because sometimes I do, get yourself a complaining jar, write down your complaints, put them in the jar.
Yeah, and watch that thing pile up and be like, you're gonna be like, this is ridiculous.
I need to tone it down.
Just remember, you guys, you are an embodiment of the 5 closest people around you. So if your friends are talking about people constantly, that probably means you are too. And you rather be in circles that people are talking about how they can improve, how they can increase, where they're going in their future.
And those conversations should inspire you. They shouldn't make you feel belittled or you're not doing as much as the next person. You should hear those conversations and be like, wow, this person's doing amazing. I feel happy for them. I feel good about what they're doing, and that makes me want to push even harder.
Right.
Most important one, you are your only competition. Only compare your present self to who you were in the past. Only compare where you are now to where you were back then. That's the only way you're going to really appreciate your growth. Initially, when I first started my fitness journey, I followed a handful of fitness girls. I aspired to be as fit, as thick, as strong, but I would use her pictures as inspo. I never used them in feeling jealous and like, I want to be her, I want to look like her in that sense. I said, I can pinpoint so many of my gym inspos, but I never compared them, their results, their journey, their bodies to mine. Working out consistently, even before you start seeing results, knowing that you're working on something and you feel good, feels good. And you get to a point where you only see yourself as inspo. You're like, I can only imagine where I'm gonna be. You're your competition, you're your inspiration, you are your comparison. And you can appreciate other people, you can congratulate other people without bringing yourself down and making yourself feel crappy about where you are. Comparison, my friends, I don't know if it's in the Bible, it's a thief of joy. If we compare every aspect of our life to the way someone else would have, we would never ever be happy.
I want to mention one more before we go. There is nothing negative that comes from being the friendly girl. No one wants to meet a bitch. I don't want to say it as a blanket statement like this, but there's not much wrong that comes from being the friendly woman. Please be friendly. You don't know what people are going through. And that's super feminine if you can be confident and friendly at all times, regardless of what you're going through. Be the friendly girl. It pays off. And it's an amazing feeling when people are like, wow, she will talk to people even if she doesn't know who they are. Yeah, she's kind, she's sweet, she's empathetic. Be empathetic as well. Friendly is feminine. Fit, friendly, feminine, childless.
Fit, feminine, friendly, childless.
That's it for things that we have done, things that we had once struggled with, worked through, and now have achieved on the other side
In our mid-20s.
and how we have reached pretty much divine femininity. It's a little bit different for us because we did have our dad in our life. I know a lot of people equate things like that to not having their dad. Our mom was recently saying that the men in our lives take really good care of us. These are our only relationships that we've ever had.
It feels good to be in your feminine.
It feels good to be in your soft girl era. People talk about soft girl era, but let's make it happen. I feel like anyone can take something from this video. So we hope you guys liked today's video. If you did, go ahead, like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll see you guys around. Stay tuned. Bye.
She be moving so quick, you never see her coming. She wants to wonder. She on me, yeah.